I just recorded a 5 or 6 minute intro, talked way too damn much just for me to realize I wasn't recording audio. Anyway, welcome you guys to another episode of Voice of the Scene. I'm your host, Will. I'm the lead singer of the metalcore band, post-hardcore band, Deadbeat Nightlife, and I'm here to bring a voice to the small artists, local bands from all over the world to a larger audience because you know what? They deserve it. Today, we're checking out a metalcore band from Austin, Texas called Inside the Hollow. They hit me up in my DMs after seeing my video on Instagram talking about how I want to be reacting to small bands, and I'm super excited. They sent me some info about the band. They have Oscar on guitar and lead vocals, plus he's also the producer and audio engineer. Hugo is on drums, and he also does their booking management. Jacob is on guitar and backup vocals. Joshua is bass and backup vocals. He's also their graphic designer, videographer, and media. Wow. That's so cool. That's a sign of a band that's probably going to go a lot of places, is people in the band have more skills outside of just their music. They know how to maybe record and produce, or they know how to maybe book a tour, or they have connections with venues, or they do graphic designing, videos, stuff. That's really cool. The band started in September 2023, started playing consistent shows from June 2024, and are now announcing their first tour. That's crazy. In 2 years, they're already going on tour. That's a huge confidence boost, or should be, for a lot of you guys in small bands out there. Consistently play consistent shows, release music. I don't care how bad it sounds. Get music out there. When people go to a show and they like your band, they want to hear your stuff other places. Otherwise, they're going to kind of forget about you. So that's awesome that they've been releasing music, playing consistent shows. It's paid off for them. I'm super excited to check this music video out. Let's dive into it. This is Inside the Hollow with their song Buried and the official music video, which I will link in the description below. Already, this song is giving huge hardcore vibes. It's really sick. The vocals are great. He's got that almost knocked loose Brian Garris sounding scream, which I love. I'm interested to see, because it's been pretty much one-tone screaming so far. I'm interested to see if they do bring in the backing vocalist that they were talking about, and if he has some more range to him. It's hardcore, so I'm not expecting a lot of range, because that's just not the style of hardcore that's saved for more deathcore metalcore. But I am excited to see where he kind of brings the swelling, because right now it feels like it's building up a lot. Started heavy out the gates. All right, let's jump back into this. Here we go.
Will never be enough. Fuck. Yeah. You put it all in me.
There's some of the backing vocals there.
What the fuck do you want from me? Why you say I will escape?
All right, I paused it at a minute 57 seconds. I want to talk about this. This is so sick. Okay. Ugh. I had to readjust my headphones there. My bad. Dude, this is fantastic. I was just wondering when the backing vocals were going to come in. I wanted to hear some variety in there. It came in, sounded sick. Just unique enough where I know it's a different vocalist with a different style, and coherent enough, and like it works so well inside the song. It doesn't sound like, whoa, that's another vocalist. Absolutely incredible. Let's talk about these lyrics. I love lyrics. What can I say? Let's talk about some of them here. So it starts with, hollowed is the heart of a man to lead with his soul. I mean, from the line here, I let the worst part of myself set free in a moment of euphoria. That can kind of be, in a moment where, let's say this is why, when you get drunk, sometimes you make bad decisions. You feel so good, your rational brain shuts down. You kind of let things out you wouldn't normally let out, whether that be intrusive thoughts, actions. And I'm not saying you're not still responsible for that, but it happens easier. That's why when I drink, I make sure it is around close friends, family, that kind of thing. They're people I trust with my life, people I trust to help me if I need it, I really like these lyrics. Don't let them forget that I want to be more than a memory. I don't know why, but that it hits. It really does. There are certain lines that maybe they don't even... You can write a line that doesn't even fit in the context of the song. I'm not saying this doesn't. But if it just hits in a certain way, it's going to have such a big impact on you. And that don't let them forget I want to be more than a memory really appeals to the part of you that says, hey, I want to make an impact. I want to make a significant difference where I want to be a living thought people have in their minds, not just this dead memory once I pass, once I leave this world. Really fantastic, honestly. I like these lyrics a lot. All right, let's keep going. Hear the metalcore elements. Dude, that bass tone is gnarly. I'm just gonna pick my microphone up. That's their bassist, I think. Let me see, wait. Dude, those pitched screams that the bassist was doing at the end reminded me of Devin Townsend. That was insanely good. That brie came in. I could hear the lows layered behind there. Wow. All right, thoughts. What a fantastic display of just songwriting, well placed dynamics when it comes to the vocals, when it comes to the instrumentation. There was not just a solid wall of sound the entire time. It was really kind of an ebb and flow. There were breakdowns where it was less on the drums, breakdowns where it was more, where it was chaotic. That's something I really admire, especially when you're writing hardcore, deathcore, metalcore, any of these things that has intense sequences. Is you have to know when to give it an ebb and flow, bring it back a little bit, draw it back, give it more bare bones, let people catch their breath, and then catapult them into the next part. That way you don't just get like, oh, it's just white noise now. Well written, well produced. The bass tone is amazing. Everything sounds great. Wow. And they did it themselves. I'm pretty sure they did all of this themselves. You guys deserve this tour. You guys deserve more attention. Genuinely, I'm really excited. I hope people come check you guys out. If you are interested in checking Inside the Hollow out, right here is where you can find their Spotify. Here's their YouTube. Here's their Instagram. And if you're interested in getting your band reacted to, here's my Instagram. Hit me up in the DMs. Let's chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video of Voice of the Scene. I'm your host, Will, and I'm so excited to see you in the next video. See you later.